Like I said, it was about 30 years ago I was introduced to a work by Karen Horney. Karen Horney wrote a book called Our Inner Conflicts, and in that book she said there's three ways we interpersonally move. We move either toward people, we move against people, or we move away from people. And when I heard that, it captured my imagination. It spoke to me, and I began to use it in very casual ways with clients and often when I had chances to speak. It wasn't until about 10 years later I came across the work of a man named Wilfred Bion, who I believe is probably one of the greatest psychoanalytic minds of the 20th century. And I doubt if you ever heard of him, and most therapists and psychologists never heard of him. Independent of Karen Horney, using a completely different metaphor, he said we connect to others through one of three ways. We connect either through love, through hate, or through knowing. And I said, wait, I know somebody else who had three things. I said, wait a minute. I think they're the same things. Love is moving toward, hate moving against, and in order to know something, you have to be able to move away from it. And that was the birth of the model in my mind. And I became extremely curious about these three things, and I began to see them in many, many different places. What has been real interesting to me is in the field of biology. We were taught, as you remember as kids, there's two ways an organism protects itself: fight or flight. Well, apparently there's a third one now, which is appease or freeze as another way. And I said, my goodness, there they are again. Fight is moving against, flight is moving away, and to freeze and appease is giving over to the alpha. And I have come to believe that these three ideas are the three dimensions of the interpersonal world. And just like there's three dimensions of the physical world, there's three dimensions of the interpersonal world. And how well we navigate, how limber we are, how competent we are in those three dimensions will define how effective we are in our relationships, and therefore how successful we live our life.